We haven't really done a lot of fishing.
We used to go fishing
in our 20s.
In our 20s.
Yeah.
A lot.
But sadly, it is not something that we've had patience for or made the time for. I think because we were spoiled by fishing in Louisiana.
Yes.
Go out on Lake Pontchartrain, throw your hook in with some shrimp on it, and pull in a redfish.
Like one after the other. Big redfish and drum.
Flounder, and yeah, all kinds of good fish.
Yeah.
But your dad has been an avid fisherman for some 70 years. Fly fisherman.
Yes.
Mostly.
He's really good at it.
Used to own a
fly shop.
A fly shop in Montana.
An outfitter.
His brother then owned it and ran it for many years. Yeah. It was originally R.J. Kane. I think we talk about that in the video.
Yes.
And then it became
the Bozeman Angler.
The Bozeman Angler. Yeah. When Bozeman was a small town.
Yes. Yeah. It's about doubled in size now, or maybe even more.
So you and I tooled around with fly fishing, but really we were just going boating, right?
Yeah.
And we brought the fly rod along, and you played with it. You looked good in a bikini, but you didn't really have the...
Yeah, that particular trip, we didn't catch any fish. We have caught fish on a fly rod in the mountains, you know, within the last 10 years or so, but we just don't do it enough to really know, like to get good at it and really know.
Well, anyway, I'm glad that your dad, Papa, was able to come visit, and we need to visit him more often, and we need to spend time learning to fish. I mean, that's such a resource. This guy's been doing it all his life. He's been around the world doing it, and
he lives in Montana, so we need to go out there.
He spent a little time with us out on the dock, and we've got some video to show you, and unfortunately, we didn't have any good gear for him to set an example.
Yeah.
To illustrate how to use. But anyway, he showed you how to use it, and that's good.
Basically, I know in my head how to do it.
Yeah.
It's just getting out there and practicing and getting some good equipment.
We'll get some equipment, and we can practice here on the dock, but maybe go up into the mountains of North Carolina and do a little, or go out to Montana and let him.
Definitely.
Loan us gear. Anyway, we hope you enjoy the video.
We had fun.
We had a good time. Thanks, Papa. Jen's dad is here visiting, and Leanne. I found this old fly rod that Jen and I have had forever.
Oh,
hey.
I see that fly rod coming.
I wanted to see what you think about that.
It's a little bit old.
That's okay. You got two parts to it.
I could get you whatever you need to give us a demo.
Yeah.
That's probably, how old do you think that rod is in real?
40, 45 years.
Wow.
Actually, the reel is an old fluger, I think.
It's what?
That's really an old one.
How long have you been fly fishing, Gary? 60 years?
70.
Oh.
70.
Oh, man.
Started when I was 9 or 10 with my father on the Oriskany Creek up in New York State, named after the Battle of Oriskany.
Oh, that didn't work out very well, did it?
Yeah, you can get it taken apart.
Now, I'll tell you something funny. My grandfather was an avid fisherman, and he used to rub that joint on his nose. To get oil.
The grease?
So that it wouldn't lock up like this. Wait, be careful, Jen. You don't fly backwards and break it. I'll rub it on my nose here.
Up and down on this part right there. Right there.
Stick it in there.
And if not,
get it good.
Just a touch of anything else, Vaseline.
Okay. Do we need to put a fly on it or something?
No. If it were going to be used for fly fishing, there would be a piece of leader 8 or 9 feet long. Let's go down and cast off the dock.
If you can get through the labyrinth here.
Ooh, I smell gas.
Oh, you just walk by it.
No. Natural gas. Not
That's,
like a tutoring.
that's not good.
Where did you get this, at a garage sale?
I think so. I think it was an estate sale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a very...
Old.
Will that line have the kind of weight
This
that...
is an old eagle claw. Made in Denver.
Well, how much will you give me for it? Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should have it on that road show, antique road show.
Watch out for the poop.
I see it.
Are eagle claws good?
Huh?
Are those good rods?
Good what?
Rods?
These are fiberglass rods. We don't even... They still make them, but they're much improved over this. Yeah.
Yeah. And so most of them are made out of what now?
Graphite and boron. They don't mix them together. They're one or the other.
Graphite and boron. Water.
Classic.
That's pretty stiff line.
Well, the line has not been cast in 35 years, so it's a little... It's got a memory, as they say.
That's tight. That's what we say.
Well, what makes the rod work is that from here to the tip, it's wanting to, when you go back with it, it wants to load up that way.
Yeah.
And then when you come forward with it, it wants to unload this way, and that's what shoots the line.
I see that timing that you...
You don't have to muscle it out there.
No.
You just
You're pushing it out.
finesse it out there.
This is 12 o'clock. You want to stop it at 12 o'clock when it's straight up like this. Your hand is just like this. And when you come forward, you're not snapping down with it, which seems natural. You punch out with it as if you're punching some guy. You come forward, and the rod does all the casting. You just need to load the rod up.
So you're doing what you call the punching, and then you're just lowering your hand.
I just, at the end, I lower my hand. But
I got you. That I never understood. Okay.
the rod, if you watch the rod, from this, when I stop here, it's going to load up, meaning it's going to continue to go backward for about a foot or two.
Yeah.
And that power that's now in the rod, because it's being bent back like a bow and arrow, it wants to go that way. So when I come forward, I'm just going to go forward like that. Just the back cast and then the forecast is not going to be up and down like this. It's going to be back and stiff on the come forward. I'm going to keep it pointing towards the sky till the very end. And again, this line and this rod, the whole thing is a handicap because this would shoot out normally like a rocket.
And just be straight.
Yeah, but the key to casting the rod is not to try to come down like this.
Yeah.
Back and then pump forward and let the rod throw the line. And if you watch just the tip of the rod, you'll see that it goes to the back.
Don't fall, John.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
So the whole deal in casting is stopping at 12 o'clock and coming forward with a push rather than snapping your wrist.
Wait for it to get back.
Yeah,
And then
the apple would fly off. But in this case, you're bringing it back that way and stopping, and then pushing it forward. Not snapping your wrist, but keeping your wrist stiff. And the bend in the rod in this thing is what's throwing the line out there. The stronger the back cast, the more line as well. This line is so stiff.
So how much line do you usually send out there?
Oh, 30 feet, 40 feet.
How much is out there now?
35, 40 feet. But this line
It's been wound up for so long.
and it's stopping it from sliding out. That should just,
Oh, yeah.
it should be straight as an arrow and slide out through these. So you got everything working against you here. But if you had the rod, isn't it the problem? The line is not sliding through the eyes the way it should.
It's very old line.
Yeah.
What's that now?
It's a very old line.
No kidding.
You should watch the fly fishing video that Jen made. It got 20 million views.
Yeah.
Who made?
Jennifer, your daughter.
I was showing everyone how to do it.
Yeah, I mean, you go back and stop at midnight, go forward. Stop at midnight, go forward. And then when you do that, this line, if you had it pulled out on the ground, this line would shoot right out.
Okay, now you try, Jen.
Okay. I'm gonna be picking you up out of the drink.
Yeah, just,
You hold it with this hand.
yep. The first thing is the back cast. Pull the line and let it fall right down on the ground. You're gonna hold on to it. That's good. Now, just pretend that's it. Okay.
It's definitely different than your dad does.
So you're breaking your wrist like this. Pretend you just push the rod forward from this position. There.
Did you hear that snap?
Okay, the back cast, you go 1001 back. Stop at midnight. Okay. Go. Okay, so you're laying it out there now, with half-assed equipment and a line that won't slide.
Wait, you went way back that time, honey.
I did.
Yeah.
Let 1000, count 1001.
1001.
Now.
Do that again. Count.
1001.
Okay, stop it, and you punch, and the line gets thrown out there by the rod, not by your punch. Stop, punch. It's not any power I'm putting into it. It's just the timing of back.
So you just have to take your time, basically.
Yeah, you get a lot of time. 1001, forward.
And then when you have a dry fly on, don't you whip it a couple times in the air if it gets wet?
Yeah.
So that it'll dry out in the air, and then?
You can do that. Yeah.
I've seen people do that before.
Yeah. But sometimes they're letting line out of their hand, like my left hand. So your left hand plays a role. It's holding the line, but when you come forward, you let it slip out. You know, this thing curls up. So, but if I wanted to get more line out, I wouldn't let it out. I wouldn't try to cast it back 40 feet. I'd cast it back 25, 30 feet, and then let it go, and it would pull through.
Right.
Just like that one just did. Yeah, this is an old-time outfit.
Well, thank you for showing us.
Yeah,
demonstrating.
thank you.
Right, give it a go, Jen.
I'm going to try it a little bit less line.
I'll just pull it in and let it sit down here.
There, that was pretty good.
Yeah, and you can tell, let the back, give it a second to get back there. Now forward. There.
12 o'clock.
Stop. There you go, forward.
And wait a little bit when you come to 12.
Bend your elbow, yeah. Hold the rod up like this, but when you're coming back, that rod should be up there like that, and you should just have to go here and forward. Just that much. But keep the rod like that. See what I mean? Don't make it so that rod has to stay up, and you're punching somebody.
I don't know about all the violence.
All over.
Well, I'm getting it hung up.
Well, you did it right.
There.
You did it perfect that time.
So Jen,
I can watch the top and know how you're going to do it.
when did
Stop
when
at
did
12 o'clock forward.
when did Garry show you this
Look
for the
behind
first
that.
time?
When I was way younger.
9?
Teenager.
Teenager?
But it's just been so many years that I haven't done it.
Yeah. With
That one would have caught me in the face coming forward.
yeah.
Oh,
There. Stop. Okay.
not doing the punching thing right.
You're going too fast. Go back. Go forward. No, you got too much line out. Just bring some in. Let it fall way down.
Oh, like this.
And hold it in your other hand. Put some under the finger.
All right,
There
like
you go.
that?
There you go. Now you're working it, and you can let some go out every time. You'll feel a tug. Good. Now,
Perfect.
You've got it down. So
Jen.
the next step would be to go back and watch it go back with your. Just turn your head right around and watch it go back, and see. You'll see when it stretches out. Forward.
I'm surprised you haven't caught a fish.
I did really well there.
And you'll see that
Yep.
the rod will load up, and you'll watch it go back and then come forward.
Oh,
I mean, with good equipment and a good
I
line,
can do this.
you in 20 minutes you could have that thing working, and you don't reel the line back onto the reel when you're casting. You just strip it in and let it fall to your feet, and then on the forecast you let go of it. It'll all go right out.
Right.
This is too.
Unless you do this to it.
Well, this every bend in that is putting the brakes on. So
Yeah.
It's not,
But we surely get the idea anyway,
Yeah.
though.
yeah.
That's very cool. With a little bit of practice.
Oh yeah, that's 10 minutes. And with good equipment, you couldn't help but do it right, because it's back cast 1001. As it's straightening out, you're coming forward, and that rod is bending back like that, and then it's tossing it.
Yeah. There we go. There we go.
So you've seen the evolution of fly fishing from the 50s, late 50s, Garry?
Yep. Mid 40s.
Mid 40s. Wow.
Look at that. It's going straight out there.
Yeah. Hold it straight up. When you come back. Keep
Gary
coming
had
back. Now go
a
forward.
fly fishing store. What was the store you had in Bozeman, and then Rod and Pam had?
R.J. Kane and then the Bozeman Angler.
The Bozeman Angler. That was when Bozeman was a small town of 20,000 people.
When we moved there. Now it's a small town of 53,000 people.
Still tiny.
and growing.
Bozeman, Montana. I remember you gave me an R.J. Kane fleece vest.
I love that.
Oh yeah.
And an R.J.
That's right,
Kane
R.J.
hat.
Kane.
We still have those.
All right.
Have a matching line on it, but it would be much easier to bend than this. Reel it, the line back onto the reel. When you're casting, you just strip it in and let it fall to your feet.
Trying to talk Missy into tying off right here and doing a little fishing. She says.
Let's just go.
It was just a water snake, honey.
Not the snaky part.
Well,
Gilligan's Island.
looks like we found a beach. I dumped.
Scared of what my feet might find. It's right here.
Huh?
Looks like it ends right here.
No, it goes around the bend.
What?
Very cool.
Like, cool. Like Gilligan's Island.
Yeah.
Spinner.
Huh?
You're using a spinner. Here comes Farmer. Backing the trailer down. It's a wrap.
Thanks,
Thanks
Gary.
for watching.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.